and this one's going to be giving my desk a makeover. At the moment it was just scrummy looking and just didn't look nice at all, and I transformed it into this beautiful modern kind of Tumblr inspired desk with marble finish, and it's so nice and clean with the marble, and just breaks it up and brings it back to life. I'll also show you how to change this plain chair into something a little bit more fancy, which I also saw off Instagram and Tumblr and Pinterest and all that as well. The first thing you want to do is I'm just cleaning off my desk. I'm throwing all the rubbish out, getting all my plates and my cups. I have so many cups of water in my room, it is ridiculous. So we're just cleaning everything off our desk so we have a nice clean surface to work with. My desk has this top part which you can actually just simply lift off, and I'm going to be moving that out of the way. And we want to just clean off the surface, make sure it's nice and dust free, and mine's not really dust, it's more cat hair that gets everywhere. Desk is really worn and torn. I've had it for years and I've had it through moving, and I'm just really rough with it, so the edges and all the paint is peeled, so it doesn't really have the nicest look to it. So I'm going to be starting by taking these nails out, and we're going to get them out of the way. And I've got this kind of marble finish adhesive vinyl that I got from KMART for like $3. It's so good, and it's a little small for my desk, but that's okay, we can touch up the end. And you want to just cut this to size and stick it on. Sticking this on was the most frustrating part out of the whole thing, and that's just because I've never been good at covering books with like vinyl or anything like that, so covering a desk is pretty much the same. I get bubbles all through it, so it's just patience and getting those bubbles out and smoothing it till you're happy with it. Leave the covering a little bit longer just so I could tuck it over the edges. That way from the front it looks like a nice finish and you can't see any of the little edges if they lift or anything. So we've stuck that out, got all the bubbles out, and now I'm just using the remainder of the roll that I had, and I'm just going to be cutting sections just to fit the top part. The sections didn't quite fit in one part, so I'm just cutting it and making it work. That's okay, because it's not really noticeable that there's two sections, and that part's going to be at the back. Just go ahead and put the screws back in. I'm just going to be using the remainder of the wrap just to cover this little shelf that goes in the top part of my desk. And you just want to smooth that out and tuck all the edges under. It doesn't really matter if it doesn't look that neat from the bottom, because no one's actually going to see the bottom of it. You just kind of see the front and the top of it. And now I've put my whole top part section back in, and you can see the drawer, it just kind of brings that part back to life. And now I can redecorate and put all my stuff everywhere again. So I'm trying to minimize it and have a lot less stuff on my desk than I did before. Got my 100,000 subscribers, a little plaque from YouTube that I got there. And I've got my iPad, just a few gold purses. Just displaying some of my lipsticks at the top of my little money tin and candle, just to have a bit of colour there as well. And so this is what the desk looks like, and it's so nice and finished. And now moving on to a chair. So this chair was $10 from an op shop, and it has a lot of little scuffs and everything on that, but we'll fix that. And so you want to start by just taking the base, the pillow part off, because that's what we're going to be redecorating. I did get a white paint to try and touch up all the scuffs. This wasn't the best paint for this, because even though I did 6 coats of it and let each coat dry, you could still slightly see through it. So if yours has a lot of scuffs on it, I'd recommend probably using like a white spray paint, or just a better quality paint than the one I used. Mine was only $2, that's probably why. So I did a few layers of that until it wasn't really noticeable. Using this throw that I got from Lincraft for $12, and I start by pinning all around the seat cover. And I do this because the throw actually has 2 layers to it, and when we're going to be cutting into it, I want to make sure I'm cutting both layers the same, so they're nice and even. Allow a nice gap from your seat to where you're going to cut it, so you can tuck it nicely underneath as well. I'm cutting to the side of the pins, so the pins can still hold those layers in place. Evie just wanted to play through this whole video. It was so frustrating, but she's lucky, she's cute. Once that's done, we can flip that over and start covering it. And to cover it, I'm going to be cutting out the corners, and this is like just hit and miss. Try cutting a little bit first and see how that fits, and then you can add a bit more that you cut out just to make it fit better. I cut out quite a bit on the corner just so it had a nice fit to it. And so once all the corners are cut out, we can start by nailing them in. I don't actually have nails, so I'm using these pins here, and I don't have a hammer, so I'm using a rolling pin, and it worked fine. My little sister came over to help me decorate this chair as well, so she's just helping me nail them all in. You do want to make sure it's nice and secure. If you are using nails, make sure they're not too long, because you don't want to like sit down and feel them on the other side. You're just doing that all around the edge and the corners just to secure it all in. And once you're finished doing that, we can just bolt it back into the chair, and the chair is all finished. So just to break up the marble a little bit on my desk, I got this metallic looking vinyl, and I'm just cutting this square out of cardboard and covering that. I placed this under my little DVD player and hard drive on my computer, and it just broke up the marble so it wasn't so white everywhere. And you can do this with different colours just to break it up and give a little accent of colour through it. And this is the final look, and I love it. It looks so much better. And so I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more videos, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram and all that, and I'll see you next time. Bye!